gang? Hey, in this video, you gonna hear directly from a female's mouth how she feels about guys that care too much about her. But if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you're rocking with the channel. Make sure you watch this video to the very end because I got a ton of gold nuggets in this one, like always. And if you haven't joined the CLG community, jump in the month of April, because after April, it's gonna be $48 a month. Right now, it's 50% off, $24 a month. You'll be grandfathered in forever. But after the month of April, it's gonna be 48, and I ain't going back down. So with that being said, let's just jump into the video. Alright, so one of the CLG members sent me this video, so I wanted to share this with you guys, you know what I mean, just to let you guys know, you know, everything that I've been telling you on this channel. Luckily for me, I figured it out in the 11th grade, which was years and years and years ago, felt like forever ago. But I want you to hear from a woman's mouth who is, you know, honest enough to tell you guys the truth. You know what I mean? And because there's very few women out there that really tell guys the truth nowadays. You know, they sit there because they want simps. They want as many as simps as they possibly can because they want to feel like princesses. And the smart women understand that the best way to go about life is to marry the simp, but still step out on them with the guy who doesn't care about her. So I'm just gonna watch this little clip, and then I'm gonna break it down.
I also got an opportunity. There was one guy that I dated who was so nice, so cute, took me on the best date, so fun. Like, we had fun. Every single day we had fun. But I did not feel emotionally connected to him. Like, I didn't feel, and it wasn't even that I wasn't attracted to him, because he was an attractive guy, but there was just something lacking, and I was able to recognize it quickly. You know, I was able to recognize it quickly, and instead of being like, oh, but he's so nice, he's such a nice guy, he treats me so nice, he has money, you know, I don't have to worry about anything with him. This is what we do as women. We talk ourselves in to situations that we genuinely don't want to be in, because there's almost like a guilt that you feel when someone's nice to you and treats you great, but you don't feel connected with them, to them in a romantic way. Like, as a friend, we could be friends all day, but I just wasn't feeling it. So I had to, you know, I had to tell him. So on my channel, I've been telling you guys this since the beginning of the time. Like I told you guys, I figured this shit out when I was in the 11th grade. And this is the sad part. Some women will still marry that guy and cheat on him. If you guys knew how many of the guys that I taught growing up, or the guys that I've taught my processes, my systems, my text message and stuff, sequences to, if you guys knew how many girls they hooked up with that had boyfriends or husbands, your head would fucking spin. Bro, my head still spins to this day when I find out that a chick that I'm hooking up with has a man. My head still spins to this day when I find out that the chick that I'm hooking up with is married, or when I find out that the chick that I'm hooking up with is in a committed relationship and she got a kid with the guy, and I didn't even know this shit. You get what I'm trying to say? But then shit started getting fishy with the times, like the times that she can kick it with me. You know, she only can kick it with me at like a certain time. She only can see me at a certain time. And then in the back of my mind now, because I done been experienced, now I can pick up on it quicker. But what ends up happening is the guy who cares less gets so much pussy that it's almost like a cheat code with these women, because the guy that cares about a chick, she has to convince herself and talk herself into being with this guy. And this happens, like they say, black women say what white women think. All women are fucking similar. Now there's gonna be a bunch of men and women on here that's gonna jump on here and be like, that's not all women, that's not all women, that's not all women. This is what you guys fail to understand, that the majority of women are similar. Just like, isn't it crazy that when you talk with your homeboys and you bring up girls, even the guys that's married still talk the same about women? Don't you notice that, like, if a guy really had a bunch of options, he would be exercising his options 9 times out of 10? Like the nerdiest guy that you can find. I had a homeboy like this. His wife ended up leaving him because he was afraid of her. He was a good man, you know what I mean? But the nerdiest guy that you can find still thinks the way that the majority of guys think. Isn't that crazy? But he acts a certain way around his wife.
But when he get around his homeboys, he crazy. Like I had a homeboy, I'm not gonna say his name. He was a bitch around his wife. You know what I mean? You know, oh honey, anything you want, da da da, blah blah blah. When that nigga got along, I thought he was really low key like a sucker ass, bitch ass nigga for real. Like I thought he was a different guy. When I got along with that guy, and he started talking about other bitches. This motherfucker used to drive the black Uber, you know what I mean, with a big old truck, everything like that. And me and him, he was gonna drive me somewhere because I was going to like an event. So we talking on the drive there. He talking about how he used to smoke weed, how he used to do mushrooms, how he used to do all that stuff. And he talking about since he been doing a black Uber around the Miami area, he been, you know, some bad chicks have been getting in his car lately. So we started talking about chicks. I'm like, damn, who was the baddest one? He was like, man, I had this lady that was in my car, and I think she was a working girl. Like, he was like, I think she was a prostitute. You feel me? And I was like, what made you think that? He's just like, just the vibe of her and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I said, why didn't you ask her? Why don't you ask her if she's a working girl? He said, because I was afraid if I asked her and she said something like 200, he said, I would have said, I got that on me right now. Let's get it in. You know what I mean? And he was like, so I didn't want to, I didn't want to step out on my wife, blah, blah, blah. But I tell you that because most guys know that when you get around guys, most guys tend to think the same. Whether it's a white guy, whether it's a nerdy guy, I got friends who run multi-million-dollar marketing companies. Old white men, and they get along with me and they say, hey, the best time to ask a girl out is when you're married. You feel me? You ain't got nothing to lose. These the dinners that I'm having with older white gentlemen, things like that. So if you a guy and you know that most guys are similar, you don't think that most fucking girls are similar? Like, let's be fucking honest. What do you think girls talk about when they're not around guys? The majority of topics that girls talk about when they're not around men is men. Just like the majority of things that we talk about when we're not around women is women. So if one woman is flat out telling you, I had this guy that was attractive, he looked good, he did everything right, he took care of me, he did everything, but I just wasn't aroused sexually by this guy, and I couldn't shake it, don't you think the majority of women feel that way? I know it to be true. I know it to be true because I did both. And I was so goddamn persistent that I was actually getting in relationships with the chicks that I wanted. I wasn't even fucking my girlfriends. And I was doing everything right. Like, I didn't do nothing wrong. I was there, I was available, I was taking them out, I was doing everything in my power. I was still in the car for my first girlfriend. I was sneaking out of my house, stealing my stepdad car and driving her around, kicking it with her. You feel me? Doing all kind of shit with her. Still not fucking my own girl. Picking up her homegirls, picking up my homeboys, having a good old time. Whole time she telling me she a virgin, lying to me the whole fucking time. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's something about, and then when we finally did break up, she never reached back out to me. Like, it was almost like she was happy to be out of the relationship with me. When we finally did break up, see, nowadays a bitch break up with me. This is the crazy part. Now that I think about it, my last girlfriends, when I was lover boy, when we did break up, they honestly never reached back out to me. Like, they never picked up my phone call again. They blocked me. They never wanted to talk to me again. It was really like they was looking for a way out. But with the chicks I deal with now, including my main chick, when she called herself trying to leave me, she was losing weight, depressed, fucking, picking up my phone call when I did finally reach out, doing everything, meeting up with me still. Like, when I met up with her, she was all skinny and shit. She lost all her ass. She used to be she's still a bad bitch. She got a bad face because she like one of them sexy ass Asian girls. But back in the day, she used to have a fat ass too, which was rare. Everywhere I went with her, they'd be like, God damn, my homeboy, everybody that seen her was like, where the fuck you find her? And even the other day, this is the crazy part. This other day, I was hooking up with my rotation chick that I haven't seen, and I posted the text thread in the fucking community. So for all you guys that's not in CLG, go inside the CLG community and fucking look at that text thread. And speaking of the CLG community, I asked ChatGPT, I'm gonna post it right here. I asked ChatGPT, I said, this is what I'm giving in my community. How much should I be charging monthly for it? ChatGPT said you should be charging between $67 a month and $97 a month. Do you think I'm gonna listen to ChatGPT? Hell no. Motherfucker, I'm for the common man. So if you get in the month of April, it's $24 a month, and then it's gonna go to $48 a month, which is still lower than what ChatGPT told me to charge. On the low end, I'm lower than the low end. Because what I'm tired of is I'm tired of everybody getting brainwashed by all these trash ass fucking dating coaches who are basically telling you to care more. And I kick it with these niggas for real. They take a shit ton of volume and they can barely keep a bitch. And even when they do got a bitch, they don't truly got that bitch. Because I can see them with them. Because what happens, they do a lot of volume and they finally get a decent looking chick. And the chick play him. Like she make it seem like she like that shit, but she really don't fucking like that shit. But when she in the presence of a real nigga, she changed, her whole attitude changed. Y'all niggas seen Jeff Bezos' girl when she was around Leonardo DiCaprio. Y'all seen how bitches act when they really around a nigga that don't give a fuck. You think Leonardo DiCaprio give a fuck about a bitch? Everything he do is against what society tell him to do. He get a whole bunch of bitches. When they 25, he drop their ass. Isn't it crazy that Leonardo DiCaprio had most of these niggas bitches before they had him? Logan Paul, Leonardo DiCaprio had her. Fucking what's that one bitch? Tom Brady girl, the one that left him, Tom Brady wife. Leonardo DiCaprio had her before that. This nigga openly got hoes, and these bitches can't get enough of him. So going back to my main chick, I was with my side bitch Monday. And then I hooked up with my side bitch. And I hooked up with her in the car. Most of my girls I hook up with in the car, I don't even have to pay for hotels type shit. This how much my girls be obsessed with me. Unless I feel like paying for a hotel. I hook up with chicks right in this motherfucking car. So I got a bug. Like I got like a little cold or whatever the case is. So, you know, when I got a cold, my main bitch, she take care of me. She give me soup, water, all this bullshit, hot tea. Take real good care of me, right? So she had to run to the store and get me something, so she had to take my car. So she come back from the store, she act like she didn't want to say nothing. She had a little attitude. So then, you know what I mean, I just ignore the shit. I don't really give a fuck. Bitches be moody. It is what it is. Then she want to bring up the fact, and she say, I know you're still cheating on me. I know you still have other hoes. And the reason she say still, because it was a point in time where I said, you know what, man, I'm gonna cut my hoes off for you. You know what I mean? I said, I'm gonna cut all my hoes off for you, whatever. I noticed that stretch of time when I cut my hoes off for her, I was unhappy. You feel me? I was unmotivated, whether it was with business, working out, all kinds of shit. Her attraction for me was lowering. I got a lot more back talk from her. I got a lot more bullshit, and I got like less enthusiasm when it came to sex. Isn't this crazy that a bitch tell you that she wants you to just be her monogamous? My girl been telling me this shit since I've been with this motherfucker for damn near 15 plus years. Probably longer than that. I done lost count how many fucking years I've been with this chick. She tell me all this shit. Every time I do what the fuck she say, isn't it crazy how attraction, she don't go nowhere, but isn't it crazy how her attraction just dropped dramatically? Why does her attraction drop dramatically? Because her respect drops. So then for me personally, I'm happier when I got side bitches. I'm not gonna lie to you niggas. I'm not a politically correct nigga. I'm not the nigga that's gonna be politically correct, try to get all the money out of everybody. I'm not a grifter. I'm not greedy, right? I'm doing God's work. God say, at the end of the day, ain't nothing wrong with making money, but there is a thing that's wrong with greed. And that's what happens a lot in the USA. A lot of these guys are similar. That's how come we know grifting ass niggas. We know those dating coaches that be lying and shit. We know that they only one mistake away from getting caught up. We know this shit. We know these dating coaches be the one that be pandering to women and shit, be lying to them and shit. The guy dating coaches, we know them niggas be fucking lying. We know that they one fucking mistake or one slip up from getting their shit blasted on mainstream. We know them niggas got hoes. Them niggas talking about some, it's all about the monogamous relationship and loving your queen and treating her like a princess. Be like, nigga, shut the fuck up. We know your ass, motherfucker. We know you got hoes, nigga. All that money, status, all that shit, man. Shut the fuck up. Just like that little stupid ass white boy. And white boys do it too. It's not just niggas. That stupid ass little white boy, Harry Sisson. We know niggas do this shit. We know men are similar. But for some reason, we want to give women the benefit of the doubt as if they're fucking different. And they respond to the same shit. So, every time I make it clear, and I, for real, actually cut off my hoes, because I go through stages like that for some random ass reason with my main chick, and I cut off all my hoes, her attraction for me lower. But the other day, she drove my car, she came back in the house having a little attitude, And she talking about some, she found this bitch hair, and the bitch hair still is in my motherfucking car. This bitch hair is everywhere. I was fucking the shit out of this hoe. You feel me? I'm surprised she ain't saying nothing about the goddamn cum stains on the goddamn seat. But she talking about some, she found the bitch hair all in my car and all this shit like that. And you know, I say, man, stop tripping, bro. I'm sick, bro. I ain't got time for this shit. Like, I told her straight up, I'm saying, bro, I'm sick, bro. I ain't got time for none of this shit. You mean I just cut her shit off for real? You know what I mean? And she's just like, well, if you keep cheating on me, one day I'm just gonna be gone. I said, motherfucker, we already know how that shit played out last time. So if you wanna leave, hey, do your fucking thing. You feel me? And she go on her little mood, Isn't it crazy? 10 to 20 minutes later, she forget that the whole conversation even happened, and she taking off my pants, giving me the best blowjob I done had from her in for however long. I'm talking about just enthusiastically giving me head, licking my ball, doing all. She don't even do all that shit like that all the motherfucking time. Isn't it crazy that when a bitch know it's some competition or it's another hoe, some shit like that, and the crazy part is she has met some of my side bitches. She has called my mom. My mom be like, Jay, you gotta stop doing this shit to that girl. That girl love you so much. Bro, I've had one of my side bitches knock on the door, and she answered. And she said, who are you? My side bitch said, I'm looking for CJ, I'm his friend. And she's like, no, bye. Close the door, fucking talking shit to me, right? You know, I told my main bitch, I said, who was it? And I said, she's like, I didn't get her name, and blah, 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 blah. She called my mom talking shit about me, right? I called my mom. I said, my mom was like, man, you gotta stop doing that to that girl, blah, 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 blah. I be like, whatever, ma. My mom say, but she did say she was a bad bitch, though. And my bitch is picky as fuck. She think every bitch ugly. So she even told my mom, she's like, no, she was. My mom was like, damn, but did she look cute? My mom said, no, she's a bad bitch. So isn't that some crazy ass shit that even girls, like the way that they think, like the type of niggas that they want, low-key move to the beat of their own drum. Isn't this some crazy shit to think? Like, isn't it crazy that chick that I just showed you the video of, isn't it crazy that if the guy she was dealing with was moving to the beat of his own drum, she knew that nigga had hoes, he was a little inconsistent, he was a little inconsiderate, you know what I mean? She had to damn near fucking, you know what I mean? Like, damn near have to chase this nigga down just to get this nigga time. That nigga, she ain't got no problems with. That's the nigga she trying to marry. But she a black bitch, you never know. That nigga gotta damn near be a fucking criminal sometimes, you feel me? He gotta damn near be a King Von for that bitch to respect that nigga. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, this is the shit that I'm talking about, bro. Like, all you niggas be watching my channel be like, man, that's not all women, bro. I done fucked with every type. Bro, I lived in Minnesota for fucking 10 years, bro. All of those bitches is raised right. All those bitches got motherfucking, the ones that I was fucking with at least. All those bitches come from 2-parent households, white girls, fucking raised right, fucking all this shit. Why do they still respond to the same shit? The white girl with 2 parents in the household, fucking bad as fuck, cute as shit, in her 20s, in her prime, why does she still respond to the same shit? Tell me. Why does she still obsessed with the guy that don't give a fuck about her or cares less about her? Can you explain that to me? Why she's giving her best sexual performances to the guy that doesn't care about her? Why is she giving her best sexual performances to the guy that looks at her and treats her as if she's a second-class citizen? A girl does not want to be fucking catered to. Society has tricked you guys into doing the most for a bitch. And it don't matter about money. It don't matter about, you heard this chick. This guy had money. This guy could take care of her. This guy looked good. He was attractive. Do you know how many guys that I have ran laps around that look better than me? That's how come I know the dating coaches that suck is the ones that really harp on looks. Looks get your foot in the door. That's it. Women actually truly care about how you act. You feel me? A nigga that act confident, sure of himself, don't give a fuck about that bitch, move to the beat of his own drum, he is always going to get more out of that bitch. Even if it's the same bitch, he is always going to get more out of the bitch than the good looking guy that doesn't know his worth. The good looking guy that panders, caters to her. I know this for a fact because I remember my results when I cared too much, and then I remember my results when I stopped caring, and it was dramatically different. It was dramatically different. Like, I don't care at all. If I see a bad bitch, she can be in the middle of talking to her homegirl. If I look at that ass and I look at that face and I look at that body and I say, oh, that's my bitch, bro, I will interrupt that bitch. Like I'm like, hey, what's up? Hey, come here real quick. Well, I'm talking to my friend. Hey, man, this will be quick, man. I just want to introduce myself, man. I want to take you out sometime. I act like I ain't even hear that bitch, bro. And a lot of niggas will see that interaction. They be like, man, she ain't gonna text that nigga back. Bro, I post the text threads in my motherfucking CLG community. Them hoes be hearting my messages, texting me back, setting dates, all kinds of shit. And nigga from the outside looking in be like, man, he ain't gonna get it. She ain't gonna text his ass back. He was a little rude. He was a little fucking abrasive. He was a little fucking too sure of himself. Bitches love that shit. Bitches love that shit. They love a nigga that moved to the beat of his own drum. At least the bitches that I'm fucking with for sure. And I fuck with badass bitches. And it's crazy how motherfuckers be like, well, you just fucking with the trash bitches. No, nigga, I fuck with the bitches that I like. Because I know it work on every bitch. So I don't waste my time on a bitch I don't like. I get pissed off if I show up on a date and a bitch don't look as good as I thought she would. That's how come I stopped doing that Instagram shit. I used to be real good at getting bitches off of Instagram. I used to be real good at getting bitches off of Instagram because I knew how bitches think. And I didn't even have that many followers. This is the crazy part. I only had like 500 followers. So it wasn't no big following. It was nothing. It was all about pictures. I had about 5, 6 solid ass pictures because that's all bitches gonna do. Once they follow you, once you follow them, they gonna look at your pictures. If your pictures look what they type is, then motherfucker, it is what it is. Now, online looks matter because that's all she got to go off of. But then after the looks, it depends on how you set things up. You feel me? And the way you set things up gonna really lock it in and be like, oh, I'm gonna fuck with this nigga. Some girls know that when they meet me on a date, they know that they finna fuck. Like I said, I've been on dates with chicks. You reach over there, you reach underneath their goddamn dress, no drawers underneath that bitch. They knew they was finna fuck. They knew they was finna fuck. Cause they knew the type of nigga I was. You feel me? They knew that I wasn't that nigga that's gonna pander to them, that's gonna treat them as if they my equal. They know I ain't that type of nigga. So they gonna go in they feminine naturally. See, what happens is when a guy is masculine, a girl naturally goes back into her feminine energy. If you guys is not getting feminine energy out of a bitch, like my main bitch, she know I'm sick, so she making me tea, cooking for me. Baby, you want me to cook for you? She got a bunch of shit going on. You feel me? She got a bunch of shit going on. She say, baby, you want me to cook for you? Baby, you want me to do this, babe? I can like, she know when I get sick for real. You want me to run to the store and get you something? And even when she mad at a nigga, she ain't mad long. I don't even have to fucking argue about a bitch hair. Like, I don't gotta explain that shit. I be like, bro, stop tripping, bro. I'm sick, bro. I ain't got time for this shit. That's the type of shit that this motherfucker is finding hair. It's still hair in this bitch from my bitch I was just fucking on. It's still hair in this motherfucking bitch. And I'm up, bro, real talk. Look, go into the fucking community for real. Go into the fucking community for real because I'm showing niggas real life receipts, bro. The majority of girls respond to the guy that doesn't care about them. Now, they got dating coaches out there. They're trying to convince these men to stay simps. But this is my question for those men. Are you getting results? Are you getting results that you want from the women that you want? Because these girls aren't classified to teach you shit. They just don't know. And it's sad because a lot of these dating coaches, guys, even they're trash. Like, they're not getting the maximum results no matter how much muscle they put on and no matter how much they look max they face. They're getting what you call initial attraction. But if you really don't know that bitch, you ain't gonna get everything out that bitch. Those guys have to take a shit ton of volume, bro. Like, I know these guys, bro. I know guys that it's a guy that fuck a lot of bitches, but his style works so poorly that he got 5 different Tinder accounts with heavily edited pictures just to get fucking dates consistently. 5 different Tinder accounts. Swiping. He has to pay for the extra boost on all of them so he can keep swiping. Because he a pussy hound, pussy fiend. Care too much about a bitch. You'll never get everything out of her. And women know this. And they settle down with these guys that care too much about them. You see how she says she got to talk herself into it? These women usually don't settle for these guys unless their parents talk them into it or somebody like their friends. They be like, girl, you've already been with the bad boys. You already know how that goes. You can never get commitment out of those guys. They don't want to commit to you. So why don't you just take this guy? He has everything. He checks every box on paper. Just take him and just, fall in love with him over time. And the girl will do it, but deep down inside, girls are very selfish, egotistical, narcissistic. They want what they want. So they'll marry the guy, they'll date the guy, They'll do everything with the guy, but then they'll still hook up with the bad boy. Quote unquote the bad boy. Which it ain't really the bad boy. It's really just a man moving to the beat of his own drum. You feel me? Like, if I wanted to be monogamous, I would. I just don't want to. Like, it's just that fucking simple. I truly live a unhealthy life, unhappy life when I'm only stuck with one bitch. And every time I've done it, that one bitch, she can sense it. It's like she can smell that I only got one bitch. She treats you different. She talk back more. She not as motherfucking feminine. She's not as subordinate. She none of that shit. I don't gotta. I've never told none of my bitches that I got hoes, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I never flat out actually said that, but they know that shit. You know how many times my girl come and say, "When are you gonna cut off all your hoes for me?" I'm like, "What you mean, bro?" She's like, "I got girls knocking on my door. I find fucking hair on you. This and blah blah blah." You know what I mean? I hear rumors about you in college while we dating, bro. Man, that's hearsay. That's just bullshit, bro. Like, nigga, I don't give a fuck, bitch. I'm not getting into that. I'm the man. I control what I want to talk about in the conversation. If the conversation is going somewhere that I don't want, just like I was on a date with the bitch. She was asking me all these personal questions. I literally told her, I was like, man, I don't feel like answering that. She's like, what you mean you don't feel like answering that? What, I don't got the right? I got to answer every question that you ask me? She's like, oh yeah, you right. Like, I don't feel like answering that question. What the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Next topic. Motherfucker, I'm moving into the next topic. I say this to bitches. If it's a conversation that I don't feel like going into, I don't motherfucking go into it. I'm a man, bro. And you think, a lot of you niggas think if you did that shit to a bitch that she'll hate you. No, she loves you. Why do you think an average nigga like me, average height, motherfucking ass nigga like me, not that much muscle, get the motherfucking results I get? You think it's because of initial attraction? No, motherfucker, it's because of the way I act. I treat this bitch like I treat this bitch how she is, a second class fucking citizen. And if you guys ain't on board, if you guys ain't locked into the community, guys, I promise you, you'll be left behind. I'm trying to make this motherfucker as affordable as I possibly can for the average motherfucking guy. You see what ChatGPT said? ChatGPT said you should be at $67 to $97 a month. Where am I at? I'm at $48 a month. Oh, but for the whole month of April, 50% off, $24 a month. Men in general need to fight for their power back. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to do with the information. There's some guys I done trained up, they're in happily marriages, but that's what they chose. You feel me? They got the bitch of their dreams, they married the bitch. You feel me? But there's different ways that he got to show his non-care, but he not fucking other bitches. But the majority of people that I teach, they naturally got a bunch of bitches. Not because they copying me. That's just because that's truly, I just tell people when I tell you in the foundation, I say, be a man and move to the beat of your own drum. If you truly want monogamy because of you want it, then you do it. But if you just doing it because of what you afraid of a bitch might think, don't do it. Because a bitch can tell if you truly being genuine or not. They can tell who the fuck they dealing with. They know who the fuck they dealing with. But that's besides the point. The information that I get you gonna give you access to get to the bitches that you want. Now, what you do with the information and how you live your life, once I drop the lifestyle course, I'm always going to be adding to the thing. So once I drop the lifestyle course and then I really start breaking down, it's all about what you want. You can build whatever lifestyle you want. Whatever fucking lifestyle that you want, you can build. If you want to live like Dan Brazilian, you can do that. Or if you just want a nuclear family, whatever, monogamy, you can do that if that's truly what you want. But if it's not truly what you want, your bitch can sense it. She can tell that you're pandering to her. She can tell that you're being somebody that you're not truly who you are, and she can feel it and tell. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna keep adding to it. Like I don't give a fuck. In this community, I'm gonna give every fucking thing. I'm gonna give niggas YouTube advice for the niggas that want to be creators. I'll tell them my camera. Once I make that core, everything, I'm just gonna keep adding to it, adding to it, adding to it, adding to it. Everything that I motherfucking know, I'm gonna add to it. I'm gonna add the shit about my main company. I'm gonna add that to it. How you can run like my main company that make me all my goddamn money. You feel me? In the real estate space, cause it's a whole shit ton of money in real estate. I'm gonna throw that motherfucking course in there eventually. I'm just gonna keep adding to it, because my whole goal is to make as many average motherfuckers, average men, to step up to get to that high level. In every aspect. Money, lifestyle, women, all kinds of shit. You feel me? So the women, a lot of people come to me for the women, but then once they in and they start, I didn't drop the money. The money course about to drop soon, early this week. Cause I keep editing it, cause I want niggas to be making money right away. I want shit to be effective right away for motherfuckers. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I want motherfuckers to be able to get their life together financially. I want them to be able to get their life together when it comes to women. And you can do whatever you want when it comes to women. You can do whatever the fuck you want when it comes to women. Like I said, just cause you got the information, that don't mean you gotta live like me. You don't gotta have a main bitch, rotation bitches, all that. That's what make me happy. You know what I mean? Some of you guys might want to take my information and be pumping dumb guys. Some of you guys might want to just hit a bitch once and move on. Some of you guys might want to be in committed, full, long-term monogamous relationships. However you want to do it. You feel me? My shit gonna help you get the girl regardless. But even if you're in a monogamous relationship, you still gonna have to do something. You still gonna have to move to the beat of your own drum and do something, whether it's go play basketball with the boys, fucking kick it. You gotta keep this bitch on her motherfucking toes. She has to care for you more than you care about her. If she feels you care more about her than she cares for you, her arousal is gone. No more sex. She'll stay in a relationship because it's hard for her to find your replacement, because the majority of guys care too much. So it's gonna be very difficult for her to find your replacement. But let her run into one of my CLG guys. She gonna be throwing pussy on that nigga on the side while you sitting around giving her emotional support, emotional stability, all kinds of shit. Financial support, financial stability. You feel me? Giving her peace of mind, giving her a status boost, giving her all that shit, while the nigga that don't give a fuck about her fucking her raw. Yes, he will be fucking her raw. And if he finds out that she has a man, he might nut in her. That's why a lot of men out here are raising bastard children that are not theirs. If he finds out that she has a man and he has no consequences, he might even bust a nut in that bitch. He might bust a nut in your wife. He might be busting a nut in your wife. Because you gotta understand, the few guys that have their care turned down with women, they fucking the majority of fucking women. And the only reason that the women is not staying with these guys is because these guys have let these women know very early and very often that they do not qualify for long-term relationships. See, like a guy like myself, I've turned down so many bad bitches for a long-term relationship. Like, even between my main chick, it was like a lot of other girls I was choosing between. One of them I was actually like in love with, for real. You feel me? It was an Ethiopian chick, gorgeous, perfect fucking body, like just a dime piece. She was like light-skinned. Her hair was like damn near down to her ass, flat stomach, juicy ass. Everybody fucking wanted this chick. She was choosing me, but I heard she hooked up with a nigga on one of my football team, you know. And this before I was talking to her and shit like that. And I kind of low-key took her from a nigga on my football team. So she was dating a nigga that was on my football team, but she kept kicking it with me, studying with me, stuff like that. So the thing is, cause he was over caring for her, like he was doing the most for her, buying her shit. Everybody loved this bitch. Like, you feel me? Like, this bitch was that bad. An Ethiopian chick who was bad as fuck. Like, you know what I mean? And I don't know if you guys understand, some chicks from Ethiopia are like next level gorgeous. So everybody in the school wanted her. She was exotic. She was light skinned. She had a good energy about herself, good pussy, good everything. If I didn't know better, I would have probably married that chick. Or I would have been stuck in a monogamous relationship with that chick. Or something would have happened where I would have been long term with that chick. Just because I don't know better. You feel me? And she was the type, she had a bunch of guy friends. She liked having guy friends. You know what I mean? Like she wasn't hooking up with a lot of guys, but trust me, if you keep having guy friends, the right nigga gonna get in them draws. Because women are emotional. Right? Because I was one of her guy friends. She was with a guy on my team. I was one of her guy friends. But I was knocking her off, though. You get what I'm trying to say? I was catching her. You know what I mean? She's studying with me. We fucking. So I had a bunch of options. But what happened is, when you have a bunch of options, deep down inside as a man, you know you got to choose the girl that's more pure. Like, you know you got to choose the girl that's less ran through. You got to choose the girl that how she acts when she's single is how she's going to act when she's in a relationship. Because no girl is actually truly monogamous. So if she's single and she's like, oh, while I was single, I had to wild out. I hooked up with this guy, I'm allowed to do that because I'm single. If you're acting like that while you're single, what's stopping you from acting like that when you're in a relationship? Because you still gonna have the same opportunities whether you're in a relationship or not. So the reason I chose my main over her, even though I was more attracted to this girl, is because of how they act when they're single. It tells you a lot about a bitch. If she getting off, and even when she wasn't single, she was still chopping it, kicking it with me and shit. Like, this is what I'm trying to tell you. She wasn't single, and she was still doing what she was doing. But even for the girls out there, if you really trying to figure out, like, damn, am I gonna take this girl serious? How does she act when she's single? If she's single and no nigga can get at her, like my main chick, she was single, badass Asian bitch. A lot of niggas want to get at her. Like, she would have to switch her face up. She had to be a mean face because so many guys used to hit on her. And she just tired of people hit on her, so she would have a bitch face. You feel me? So no nigga was getting at my main chick when she was single. So when it comes down to who's the better main option, I gotta put my emotions aside and be like, all right, for a main bitch family, this what it is. But it's too many guys out here trying to turn a 304 or a hoe into a housewife, and that's their problem. They don't know enough about the chick. They ain't doing the 80-20. You feel me? They sitting out here because the thing about it, I ain't gonna lie about you. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. The girls that's usually really beautiful, that have hooked up with quite a few men, they do things. First of all, they hot. They super fucking hot. And they gonna do things to you and say things to you that's gonna make you fall in love with these hoes low-key. I know this. You know what I mean? The bitches that got around a little bit, they tend to be a little bit more exciting. You know what I'm trying to say? They tend to be a little bit more fun in the bed. You ain't got to teach them much. You know, my main bitch, I had to teach her everything, motherfucker. I was like, hey, don't use your teeth when you suck this. Hey, don't. I had to teach that motherfucker every motherfucking thing. I had to build a bitch. You feel me? You fuck with a bitch that have been around the block, you ain't got to tell her how to suck your dick. Motherfucker, she teaching you shit. God damn, bitch, I ain't never got my dick sucked like this before. You get what I'm trying to say? So for me, the way I like my life set up like a man is, you take the good girl serious, and every time you need your fix with one of these hoes, they got to be rotation chicks. Cause the hoes gonna do some shit to you, goddamn. You feel me? They gonna do some shit that you didn't even know you liked. You know what I mean? Be like, god damn, bitch, what the fuck is you doing with your tongue, bitch? God damn. They gonna do shit to you that you don't even know you like. See, the hoe will lick your cum off her fucking fingers. She'll do that shit in front of you. The hoe will do shit. She'll let you do whatever the fuck you want to do with her. You get what I'm trying to say? Your main bitch ain't my main bitch ain't licking my cum off her fucking face. She not like that. Like, you feel me? That's not how she built. She not built to be nasty like that. She's a good mom. That's what she is. She's a good motherly, cute, bad bitch, cute, motherly Asian chick. She ain't built to do all that freaky nasty shit. You feel me? And sometimes if this is a lady I want to have a family with, sometimes I'd be like, damn, is this how I want to treat the mother of my kids? Now, I'll treat a rotation bitch. I'll fuck on her however I want. See, but that's my lifestyle. I ain't trying to convince. Matter of fact, let me stop talking about this shit. I don't want to convince you to what you gonna do with the information once you get it. If you join the CLG, you got the process, you got the text. I'm not gonna convince you what to do with the information. You do whatever you want. If you want to marry the hoe and you think you can turn her to a housewife, move to the BDO and drum. You do that. You know what I mean? It's a lot of guys that do that. Guys get money and shit like that. They just can't shake the hoe. Like, they know she was a hoe. They know she fucked everybody when she was single. They know she was moving crazy, and they still like, damn, man, I need her in my life, bro. I need to take her serious, bro. You feel me? If you gonna do that, nope, I'm not gonna judge you, bro. You just do your thing, bro. I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm just telling you from my perspective how I see the world. You feel me? And obviously, you see these videos that I just showed you earlier, how these hoes see the world. So, with that being said, man, I'm out. Peace.